Only 0.1% of Rocket League players make it upwards of GC, and only 0.01% of Rocket League players make it all the way up to SSL, one of the highest ranks in the game. Today, I had the opportunity to speak to a GC3, the second highest rank in Rocket League. In this video, I'll be asking the most frequently asked questions about Rocket League, how you can get out of the rank that you're currently in, what you need to do to improve at your rank, and what you need to do to reach champ, grand champ, and all the way up to SSL. I want to first tell you about my Discord server. We are trying to build one of the most committed and active Rocket League communities in the entire game. If that interests you and you want to be part of a community that tries to improve every single day at a game they love, link to the Discord server is in the description. Can you introduce yourself?
So I'm Joso and I am GC3 in Rocket League. I have around almost 4K hours in the game. And I've been playing the game since 2016.
And what would you say was your peak rank?
So my peak rank was high GC3. Well, I'm still GC3 and I've been GC3 for, I would say, a good number of seasons now. I think around 5 or 6, somewhere around that mark.
How long have you been playing Rocket League for? You said 4K hours earlier, right?
Yeah, so since 2016, that's, I think, so almost 10 years. It will be, I think, 10 years in a few months.
So why did you start playing Rocket League actually then?
I think I wanted to play the game for, I think when it came out, I immediately wanted to get my hands on it. It just looked so fun to me. I don't know why, but I just saw it and it was almost, I don't want to say love at first sight, but I really wanted to try it out, as I feel all the YouTubers that I was watching at the time, they just made amazing content. It was just so fun. And then I would say a couple of my friends bought the game, and then actually I didn't even buy the game, a friend gifted it to me at the time.
I'm curious about this. What is your goal with Rocket League?
So currently it's just to reach SSL. I think I'm gonna reach this year probably. I've never doubted that I would be able to rank up or anything. I've never thought, oh, maybe what if I can't reach SSL? I think it's just a matter of time, and at some point I know I'll reach it, and then after that I'll probably just try to reach for the next rank, so probably around 2K MMR, which is almost like SSL 2, I would say, even though it's not an actual rank.
How long did it take you for you to reach your peak rank?
I reached GC3 after, I would say, 8 years of playing, and then my 9th year of playing, and in my 10th year of playing, I reached my peak MMR, which is the closest I've been to SSL, which was, I think, last season.
So it took you how many? So like you said, it took you exactly like
9 years. I would say
8 years.
I would say 9.
9 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Like before that, like were you struggling to get up to GC3 or?
I wouldn't say that I was struggling. I just sometimes was not playing the game. The only time I actually felt that I was struggling was in certain moments in around Champ 1 actually, and in certain moments in around maybe GC2, low GC2, high GC1. I think I just focused on playing the game and having fun with it. I always tried to have fun with the game, because whenever I was not having fun, actually, is when I was playing the worst.
Yeah, for me, it's like every time like I sweat in the game, like for example, like I did like once earlier and I was stressing myself out because I don't usually like to play once. It was very, very stressful, and that's like when I had a harder time playing. But when I was playing with, for example, like friends that were higher rank and I was actually having fun, like trying stuff out and like actually improving, it actually became a lot more fun as well.
I mean, once is a thing that I've come to love as I've gotten higher in rank, as I think that when I was below Grand Champ, I almost never played once. It was just not a fun game mode for me.
What did you like focus on when it came to your like game? Did you like focus on like mechanics? Did you focus on game sense? Like how did you actually improve at the game? Because you weren't always like a GC player.
I would say that a thing that I used to do usually was, and that I still do, is just I play free play, and I think that's every high rank player just plays free play. It's a place where you can have infinite time to practice whatever you want to practice. But the thing about free play is, if you don't know what to practice, it can sometimes not actually be that amazing.
Your take on like improving at the game then is just focusing on one skill instead of like doing a bunch of like, for example, like different mechanics at once.
Definitely. If you spread yourself too thin, you're just gonna be learning nothing in the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even though you're still getting contactable, I think you can just learn one mechanic at a time and focus on it. You'll just learn it faster. Almost never actually learn the mechanics for fun. It was always just out of necessity. I felt
I
stuck
see,
at
out of
my rank.
necessity. Okay, see what you mean. For example, in my case, like I learned most of my skills from Game Sense, but when I needed a mechanic, for example, I noticed it in Diamond. I've been playing off Game Sense when I was in Platinum, but at one point I kind of realized that there is some specific aspects of the game where I was struggling. So this could be, for example, challenging. And what I would notice that what I would do instead of just like playing is actually like learn a mechanic. For example, in this case, being better at car control, which again, car control isn't necessarily a mechanic, but it's something I focused on to learn and to be better at, you know?
I would say that currently I'm trying to just get better at flipper sets generally, be able to hit some double resets maybe, and just have better aerial control, and I've been focusing on that for a few ranks now actually.
What is one of the most important skills you have to learn going from Platinum to Diamond and from Diamond to Champ?
The same concepts more or less apply, where going from Plat to Diamond mainly relies on you being able to control yourself, sometimes just not overcommitting on every single play and just stopping ball chasing. It also focuses on you just being able to hit the ball hard. If you're able to hit then the ball towards the opponent's net, in every rank, it's just dangerous.
So you'd say it just really does matter on like your basics and like really slowly like improving at the game.
And Diamond is when you need to start being able to, you need to start hitting consistent aerials. For Champs, it becomes, I would say, from what I've seen, usually somewhat of a player-specific issue. Too afraid to go for some plays and not afraid enough to go from other plays. So it can just be, let's say, you see your teammate pushing up, sometimes you need to push up with him.
That's every question I wanted to ask you, but now I have some questions from my community. They are questions directed at you from, again, people from my Discord server and so on, and from YouTube as well. We're going to start off with Google, who is asking, why am I like this?
I don't know, man. Every path that you take in life leads you to this moment. And maybe your destiny is to become the next Zen, you never know. And maybe it's just to drop Rocket to never play the game again.
And then we have another question here from Hardstuck Plat, who is asking you, have you seen any popular Rocket League creators in your lobbies?
I have seen recently, I remember seeing OSM, which I don't think he posts even anymore. But I would say OSM, and I've played against, I think that was last season, and I've also played against Fairy Peak last season, from what I remember.
Next question is from Google again, and then he asked, where did you get hard stuck?
There is two answers to the question. I would say that around the Diamond 3 to Champ 1 was when I first felt kind of hard stuck. The skill required to go further is just consistency and overall being better at the game.
What was the most fun stage for you in the game?
My current rank is the most fun stage. I always thought that the higher rank I was, the more fun I had in the game. And I felt like always I got more obsessed with it whenever I got to the higher rank.
The next question is from 1447, who asks, what can I do to get out of Plat as a Plat 1?
Shooting, learning some rotations, how they work, trying to having the ability not to go for the ball, being able to trust your teammate to at least go for it. He does have to hit it sometimes, and badly he won't hit it, even though he should. It happens in every rank. Yeah.
Safari asked, what's your biggest tip for improving mechanics? Something that isn't told anywhere.
So something that isn't told anywhere is that you can practice a mechanic for 2 weeks, let's say, straight. I have spent hours on some mechanics. I've spent hours on just air dribbles, is what I've always struggled with. And controlling the ball has always been, in the air, has always been a thing that I was just never good at. And sometimes the best thing you can do is to stop practicing. Take a day off.
Another question here from Dark Rave, who asked, what is the best way to learn aerial?
The best way to learn, there is two things. So there is a difference between aerial in general, and so free aerial and directional aerial. To learn directional aerial, it's just to practice it. I think you do practically the same thing for directional and free aerial, where you go into, I would say, workshop apps are the best way to learn aerial.
I think that was pretty much it then. After my conversation with Joso, I have learned one thing about Rocket League overall across everything that he mentioned and talked about in my interview. A lot of players rush into Rocket League. They want to improve as a game at rates that nobody has ever done before, but people don't realize how much they are rushing themselves. As long as you look at your mistakes and the things that you're not good at and trying to improve one step at a time and focusing on one skill you want to improve at and then going to the next one, that's all you need. So one thing I've learned from Joso is that you should take your time when it comes to improving at Rocket League. Thank you for watching.